Right, we are live, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Singapore Sevens, Australia versus Argentina. Now, the Argentinians, they are sitting first on the overall standings, but they have been struggling a little bit as of late. Ever since that Marcos Moneta injury, it just seems like they haven't quite been able to find that same momentum. But the good news is, they are still sitting top of the bunch. They will still have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to the final leg of the Sevens, which has taken place at the end of the month. But looking through at the starting lineup for these two sides, for the Australians, it is Henry Hutchinson, Ben Dowling, Michael Isley, Hayden Sargent, Nathan Lawson, James Turner, and Dietrich Roche. Then for the Argentines, Santiago Mare, Luciano Gonzalez, Hermain Schultz, Jacqueline Palandini, Messias Azadsuk, Santiago Alvarez, and also Rodrigo Esgro. So more than enough capabilities out there on the field for both of these sides to be able to get themselves the victory. Looking at the overall odds for this match, I believe that the Argentines do come still slight favourites, seeing as they are sitting top of the bunch in the overall standings. Low average Cape Town calm today, says Roof. Yeah, it's going to be a very entertaining game, these two sides, when they take to the field. Of course, another player to watch out for in this contest, Michael Hooper, making his way off the bench for the Australians in this game. Been taken to sevens pretty well overall. Been doing a lot of the right things. And we'll want to do that throughout this Singapore Sevens competition as well. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think we've called a game that Michael Hooper has actually scored himself a try. I could be wrong, though, like I mentioned. But of all the games that we have covered, we have not seen Michael Hooper score a try. So the question is, can he do it up against the top of the table, Argentina? Or does he have to wait that little bit longer? But it is going to be the Australians kicking this one off from right to left. And we are now underway for this contest. Kicked off down towards the 22. And nicely taken by Santiago Alvarez. Already looks to make some decent meters. Just outside of their 22 here for the Argentines. G'day Hamish, how's it mate? Doing very well, David. Hopefully you are well as well. We are going to be covering the Hurricanes versus Waratahs game just around the corner. So be sure to tune in for that one as well. And Hooper, this is his moment. Come on, try, says Roof. And Aussies are going to be jumping. Pumas will need to push over the line early if they have a chance here, says Roof. And it's going to be a loose ball. Penalty won by the Australians. Quick tap taken by the Aussies. Dietrich Roche looking by that wide cut out pass to James Turner. And he has got so much space to be able to work with. And it's an early try for the Australians after less than a minute. They are on the board, and it's the 10th try now of the series for Jimmy the Jet Turner. Michael Hooper, one of favourite Aussie rugby players, says David the Mod. Yeah, is now taken to the Rugby Sevens circuit and be trying his absolute best to help his side and make a positive improvement on pretty much their work in the breakdown, I would say, is the main reason that they brought in Michael Hooper. And hopefully can do just that. But Dietrich Roche hasn't been able to add the extra 2 points, but the score still remains as 5-0 in favour of the Australians here. And let's go Aussies up for it, says Roof. They are going to be talking to the Argentine coach at the moment. They're talking about the fact that the regular series title would go to Argentina, but the overall standings, like you have a playoff round pretty much for the top 8. And that is something that Argentina, that was close to a forward pass. In fact, I actually thought they were going the other way. That's how forward that pass was. But now, going to be in the hands of Argentina, just inside of their 22, trying to find this next gap. Pumas are lacking that pizzazz they had. And I'll be honest, like the injury of Marcos Moneta, I think has made a huge impact on Argentina. And yes, you could say, like, it's one player, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. But when you look at how they played with him and then now without him, like it is very different. Like his try-scoring ability just has helped their side so much as a whole, and just using his pace when they're in a tough position. And now currently Santiago Mare back across there to Luciano Gonzalez. Now that is still a man who is extremely dangerous with ball in hand, although Australia looking to get the turnover. Henry Hutchinson has been penalised. Moneta, huge loss, says Roof. And the fact that they won't actually have him for, I could be wrong here, but I don't think he's going to be back in time for the Olympics, which is just like, that is the type of player that could make the difference between a medal and no medal for Argentina. And of course, the saying is like you're more than just one player, it's the team. But having that kind of X factor does help you quite a bit. Australia on 69 points, which I'm sure a few dirty-minded Australians would be loving at the moment. But they will have more points at the end of this round, unless something goes extremely wrong and they finish dead last. Time is back on. 4 minutes remaining in this first half. Argentina have got themselves the scrum feed from 40 out. Mineta is their talisman. Says Ruben, that's a fantastic run. Little offload up the top. Santiago Murray will have the try. And that was impressive from Argentina. Just a little burst of pace off the back of the scrum. We've already actually seen it from the South African Selvin Davids. But it's the same here. Hutchison is also a clever player. Gets the advantage. Says Roof. Just breaking up by Palandini. Then gets it away to Santiago Murray. That's worked out very well for Argentina there. Getting themselves yet again another try. 3.5, just under remaining. Kick has missed. So there's going to be 5-all between these two sides. Pumas vamos, says Roof there. I've actually just mentioned that Argentina have never won a Singapore Sevens title. So perfect opportunity here to be able to make a little bit of history, and that would build confidence massively for this Argentinian side. One's going to be put up high. And it looks like they are actually offside there, Argentina. Very level here, says Roof. Yeah, it's not too often you do see an offside off the kickoff. Australia have never failed to reach the Cup quarter-final in Singapore. Another stat that has just popped up. But in their group, they have got Argentina, themselves, of course, New Zealand and Canada. So that's a pretty tough group. And a great side could end up missing out. Although there is still that opportunity of making the quarterfinals with the best second and the best, I should say, third place team being able to make their way through to the next stage. But Dietrich Roach now going back across to the right-hand side. Some quick hands. Isley gets it on the outside to Nathan Lawson. It was my pick for one of the players to definitely keep an eye out for in this group. Henry Hutchinson going across to Sargent now. One more pass to James Turner, stepping in and out, trying to go around Luciano Gonzalez. He's been able to take him down in the end. And Jermaine Schultz, it's gone against him there. They've gone quickly. Wasn't back 10. It's going to be a yellow card for Jermaine Schultz, but I'm more curious at why he got penalised in that last breakdown. I actually thought that he was right place, right time for that one. Argentine frustrate me sometimes. I don't see them winning. They'll crumble eventually. Says Katzenau. Just like maybe the Australian Super Rugby teams. Katzenau, of course, we're going to get to have that conversation again when the Waratahs go head-to-head with the Hurricanes. Probably been the most talked about argument, I guess you could say, in Super Rugby this year. Hutchinson Turner, says Roof, and this is tough. Whoever gets next try. I think that I'm going to say Nathan Lawson just because I backed him as the player to watch out for in this competition. So I feel like he should have a pretty decent shot. Plus, they are actually looking to shift it to his wing with the setup of the field. But Dietrich Roach with the inside ball, it's not going to be him. Instead, it is going to be, I believe, is it Michael Isley? No, it's Ben Dowling, in fact, who gets over to score the try, his fifth. Now 40 seconds remaining in the half. That was a big mistake from the Argentines to get sent to the bin. Like I mentioned, though, I didn't actually think that he did too much wrong initially, Jermaine Schultz. But then afterwards, when he wasn't back to 10, that is what cost them a player on the field. And that is what has led to the try coming for the Australians. But they're going to have a nice lead heading into the second half. Tackling needs to be disciplined from the Pumas. They're crazy sometimes, says Ruth. Of course, their next game is going to be up against New Zealand. That is later on tonight at 12:30 a.m. New Zealand time. We are covering that game, ladies and gents. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. But that kick has gone over, making the score now 12 points to 5. Nicely taken by Palandini. Now, Azad Suk, that's actually his first carry, I believe, of the contest. Going back across to Rodrigo Isgro, fires it out the back door. Murray, lot of pressure from the Aussies. There's going to be a knock-on in the tackle. So that is half-time now, ladies and gentlemen. 12 points to 5. Australia under 20 had a very Australian start against Argentina, says Katzenell. Yeah, to be fair, like Argentina looked really good in that game, in their credit. Plus, Australia looked like they hadn't played a game in the wet in their lives, unfortunately. And to be fair, there's still some very young players in that under-20 side, so it probably was their first rainy day they've seen on the Gold Coast, or Sunshine Coast. Hi, what have I missed with the Sevens? Well, do you want the good news or the bad news? We've seen Fiji lose. We've seen Samoa lose. South Africa got a big win, if that's something that makes you happy. But yeah, overall, probably not the start to the Sevens that the Pacific Islands were after. Anyway, hello Simran. Says Roof. I hope everyone is well. And Aussie's bouncing. It's all players doing well. And all good, says Ruth. And there as well. But currently halftime in this contest, sitting 12 points to 5 in favour of the Australians. So still a little bit of work to do for the end of this contest. But, you know, they'll be much happier here where they are compared to where Argentina are, down by the 7 at the moment, the way that it's at. Score more points, Australia, says Peter Stowers. And it's a good point because, of course, there is going to be a lot on the line in terms of points differential. It's going to be so important that sides are walking away with as many points as physically possible. And almost at 50k members, Amish, yeah, says Dave of the Mod. Yeah, we've been slowly and gradually working our way towards that 50k. I have no idea what to do for the celebration. We've been talking about something special, but I have no idea what that would be at this point. No, not the Pacific Islands crying right now, says Simran, although New Zealand play Canada later on. So they may be able to help a little bit. But if they also lose, then, yeah, it's not going to be a great start. Come on, let's go. People hit that like button, please. Amish is fabulous, says Roof. Tell you what, I think you're the only person who calls me fabulous, Roof. I don't think anyone else has really referred to me as such, to be fair. But I don't hate it, I guess, I could say. And now Australia inside of their 22 with the ball in hand and a man advantage. Although I think Herman Schultz may have actually served his time, so he should almost be back out onto the field. Here comes Dietrich Roach around the side of the breakdown. Double man tackle. Palandini drags him down. Trying to protect that ball was Henry Hutchinson, although I don't think we'll be too far away from seeing Hoops himself making his way onto the field. Ben Dowling, one of the try scorers for the Australians, and the other try scorer actually joining into that breakdown, James Turner. Back across Sargent with the bounce pass. I concur with the Roof. Says them there, no, but you are. Smooth commentary now out wide. Nathan Lawson, there goes the big man. He's going to jog it in. And it's the try again for the Australians. Yeah, thanks, Imran. Says Roof there. That is the third try of the match now for the Australians. A very handy lead. I think I said against the Australians. I meant for the Australians in that one. Tell you what, the throat is dry today, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I was getting sick, and I was right. So hopefully over the weekend we're not going to be too bad, and the voice almost is able to stick around. Of course, Roof, I agree that he is smooth. Says that Simran there. The try again for the Australians. They are now going to have themselves the 19 points to 5 lead. That's pretty solid for the Aussies. Aussies up for it. Great moving forward handling. Pumas are lacking. Says a Roof. There as well. Hi, says Levi. Welcome in. This game is starting to look like one-way traffic. Yeah, unless Argentina can score the next try. That was actually possibly a penalty. No. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Hutchinson's actually won himself. Yeah, Ozut's probably justifiably angry because he did actually swoop it back, which is one thing you're not allowed to do when you are in the breakdown. They've actually shown here the record with Marcos Maneta, 26 wins, 3 losses. Without him, 3-2. And geez, ladies, call it down, says David. And I says Levi. And there as well, but the scrum just about to take place, ladies and gents. I've just said that there's been no rhythm from this Argentinian side throughout this contest, and to be fair, they have been really struggling to get some sort of possession for a little bit longer. Los losers. Says gets an L rather than Los Pumas. Bit harsh. I mean, they're still sitting first, though, overall, aren't they? Hutchinson is full of power. It's going to be the penalty going the way of Australia again. I reckon that is so cute. It does bring some sunshine on a dull day, that is for sure. Says it's in run. And Hutchinson is full of power in there as well. Now 3.5 minutes remaining in this contest. I think Australia have got this one in the bag. Unless, of course, we see something drastic happen, which it can. The world of sevens is very unpredictable. Sometimes you think that it's all secured, and then just a random try happens that gets a side back in. And of course, we should mention that for Argentina, if they manage to get themselves 2 converted tries, and it is the end of the game at that rate, oh, that's good. That was fantastic from Dietrich Roche. Lured in 2 defenders, fired it on the outside, and they've got themselves another try. I retract my statement about what happens if this game is a draw, because this game at the moment is going to be very lucky to not be a hiding. That's probably the best way of describing it. I just be thankful there are female watchers. Says similar there. Yeah, I think our female watching percentage in terms of overall viewers of the channel is about 0.3%. We're doing well. And Pumas cannot be written off as they normally are dangerous, says Roof. Although, to be fair, recently I feel like we bumped it up to about 1%. So I feel like that is also a bit of a win for the good guys, as they say. 2.5 minutes remaining. 26 points to 5. Fantastic kick from the sideline. This is one-sided, ladies and gents. This might be a little bit of revenge that we are seeing from the Australians, as we did actually see Argentina do this in a final up against the Aussies about 3, I think it was, leagues ago. We did see it. That one has gone into touch off the bounce for the Australians. We are here, Simran, with the butterfly, and predict which New Zealand side in Super Rugby is going to make the playoffs and who is not. Says Levi. At the moment, it looks like the Highlanders are one of the sides that might struggle, Levi, and that's not just because you are a Highlanders fellow. That's just because they haven't really shown their best rugby as of yet, I would say. But out the back door, Palandini looking for the inside pass, and of course, points difference going to be so important here. Passed on the outside to Augustin Fraha, and great last-ditch tackle made. Michael Hooper getting into the breakdown, but the hands came down. So Argentina now 5 meters out from the line. Palandini takes a quick tap. Seems like they haven't quite given up yet. Los Pumas, but they will be on the verge of another penalty. That is with a high tackle. Now Germain Schultz takes the quick tap, going around this side. Just short, another high tackle. This might actually be worse than just a penalty. It's a yellow card for Henry Patterson. Without Marcos Triumph is non-existent. Says gets an L. Never lose the groove. Simran, we support Amish forever. Says Roof and represent Roof. There's 7 there as well. 5 meters out from the line. Again, they are going to have another quick tap. Gonzalez goes out wide. It will be the try for Azutsuk. But it doesn't quite get them back into this game. But if they score themselves another try and this one goes over, they can actually get themselves a losing bonus point, which I'll be honest, I don't know if they feel like they would have deserved for the way that they played in this game, but it's still possible. The score now sitting 26 points to 12 in favour of the Australians. But Azutsuk taking a little bit of a risk to run it a little bit closer to the post for the sake of making it an easier kick. I don't diss the Highlanders, thank you. Says Simran. What if I said that their vintage kit looks nice? Does that make it better? A little bit? Like, hopefully they play well in it. But, you know, they're in the hunt still. That's a good kick from the Aussies. High tackle, ouch. That was naughty, Henry. Pumas take advantage. Says Ruth there as well. But 1 second remaining. Henry Patterson will not return for the rest of this contest by the looks of it. We are at 7 p.m. New Zealand time as well, ladies and gents, which does mean the next live stream that we have got is going to be the one taking place between the Hurricanes and the Waratahs. Now that it's just around the corner. If you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's going to be thrown in nicely now for Argentina. Gaston Ravo going across to Tobias Wade. 40 meters out from the line. Another penalty goes the way of Argentina. I think Germain Schultz is frustrated at the moment with the amount that the Australians are infringing. Isn't it called the Heritage Kit? We'll go with that. It's Heritage, but also it's got that vintage feel to it, doesn't it? Or at least some of the kits do. Out of the teams, the likes of the Crusaders, the Blues actually going with their 1996 kit, I want to say, or maybe 1997. And great commentary, Hamish, as always. Says David. Now 1 minute past the full-time siren. They're gonna take their time so that I'm late for my next live stream. I can tell you that right now. Just to be annoying, they will be. Now ready to throw this one in, or at least put it in, feed it in to the scrum. Highlanders should wear tartan shorts. That would keep the female viewers engaged, wouldn't it? Gaston Raval now going off the back. Passes on the outside. Tobias Wade realises they need an easy one. And Argentina are going to walk away from this game with 1 point. Their sponsor does not suit the Heritage Kit, the Blues. Says it's sitting around there. That's what the bloke on the TikTok said, wasn't it? A third try for Gaston Raval. Now, getting ready to line up this kick here. $10 super sticker from David the Mold as well. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciated for that one. The kick from Argentina does go over to the end score, 26 points to 19. And Argentina walk away with 1 point from this contest. But we will now transfer over to the Waratahs versus Hurricanes game. Do thank you all very much for being here. We will be back for Sevens later on tonight at 10:30 p.m. New Zealand time.